Welcome to the 20th episode of the Pokemon Teams for Musical Artists series. Today we have an artist that had a big resurgence a few years back, but has been consistently relevant since they were formed back in 1967. Asked for by, well, I can't find the comment, but I swear it exists. Anyways, here is Fleetwood Mac's Pokemon team. Fleetwood Mac is a band that has stood the test of time even through their own turmoil. From cheating scandals between bandmates, to members leaving the group to pursue religious beliefs, to the band disbanding in the middle of a tour, this band has basically had all of the potential issues that could arise from a late 1900s band. I swear, the more that I read about them, the more they seem like a group of friends that keep generating beef between each other to the point where they don't talk anymore. The only time the band was truly broken up was between 1996 and 1997 before the final lineup that lasted for most of the last few decades, which included Mick Fleetwood, John and Christine McVie, and Stevie Nicks. For all of this, we are going to give them a binacle. Apparently, these little dudes are two independent binacles that have to live together to survive, but they usually don't like each other and will leave to find a new person to chill with. Now that we've got the infighting taken care of, let's talk about some music, specifically their top song, Dreams. I don't know if it's a surprise or not. They have 3 or 4 songs that people really love, and they all have extremely different vibes, but Dreams is definitely the winner. Dreams and Pokemon are most highlighted in Generation 5 with the Dream World. So, for their top song, let's just give them a munna and not overthink it. As with every band that comes from the UK, we have to give them a Gen 8 Pokemon. The real question is, what's the reason? I'm going to go with the fact that Rock Band and Guitar Hero and video games in the 2000s loved Fleetwood Mac's Go Your Own Way along with other songs. So for the Rock Band and Guitar Hero video game adoration, we are going to give Fleetwood Mac a low-key Toxtricity. That's the form. I'm not saying anything about the Pokemon. For their 4th Pokemon, I'm going to finally divulge my love for Marvel. The best moment of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is the climax when the chain is playing and Star-Lord and Ego are duking it out. For this, I'm going to give Fleetwood Mac one of the loyal 3 Pokemon from Generation 9. They all have the ability Toxic Chain, which has a 30% chance to poison a Pokemon if any non-status move is used. I think I'm going to go with Pheasantipity here, only because what better opportunity am I going to get to give out Pheasantipity? 5th up, I'm going to say it. Fleetwood Mac is kind of a 5-hit wonder. I think they're a bit similar to the Rolling Stones, except they didn't have as much content that they pumped out. And what better way to encapsulate a 5-hit wonder than with the Pokemon whose signature move feels like a double slap that always hits 5 times? Clefable. Last and certainly not least, I have to shout out the band's most successful album, Rumors, with a U, of course. It was the album that contained Dreams, Go Your Own Way, and The Chain, to name a few. One of the greatest albums of all time. It charted in the top spot in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the Dutch charts. For Rumors, I have to do it. I think it's finally time we give the Pokemon related to the OG Rumor. You couldn't find it under the truck, but you can find it on Fleetwood Mac's Pokemon team. Let's give them a Mew. So there we go, Fleetwood Mac's Pokemon team. Let me know what Pokemon I got wrong, what you would change about this team, and what artists you would like to see next down in the comments.